Hi everyone, this is Johnny. Welcome to my NetSec YouTube channel. This is Checkpoint R80.40 lab. In previous lab, we already built the management server. We installed the SmartConsole on our management client. In this lab, we're gonna start to build our Checkpoint Firewall 1 and Checkpoint Firewall 2, and then we were gonna clustering both together. Let's start it. First thing, we need to build a virtual machine. Let's name Checkpoint Firewall 1. Gonna store it at the D drive. Gonna using 4 gig name, 4 gig RAM, and we were gonna have a bunch of interface. We will add it later. Now just one. 40 gig should be enough. We're gonna use our image file from share folder, checkpoint, finish. Now edit the VMware setting, edit VM settings. We're gonna change processor. We're gonna give it 4 of them. We're gonna give 2 more interface. So we already have external. We're gonna put internal. Okay, and we're gonna add one more for clustering. Private switch. Now we can start it. Install Gaia. At the same time, we can create our second one as well for clustering. We can create another virtual machine. So we can name it Checkpoint Firewall 2 and store it on the D drive, VVM folder, and we're gonna create in a new folder. Gig in RAM should be enough. Next, 40 gig hard drive should be enough as well. We can using our image file checkpoint in storage file. Okay, finish. Right, and yeah, those default info settings are good. Okay, they're checking the network interface card. You have multiple network accounts and choose the port you would like to use for managing the system. The first one is internal. We are using internal one. And we're gonna set up IP 200. It's look at the diagram. It's 18. Default gateway will be let's put one there for now. Format or hard drive, yes. Okay, it's starting the installation process. We're going to second one. First thing, we just setting a CPU processor. We're going to put 4 of them there, and we're going to add the network interface. So add network adapter, gonna be internal. Gonna add another one, private switch. So we have 3 interfaces. Same thing, started. It is ongoing. Installing the package. This is checkpoint file 1, and we're doing second checkpoint file 2. You cannot be a little bit slow because I have 2 checkpoint firewall installation in the process. They are using same share image to do this installation. Okay, here's come with some questions. Yes, of course. US, okay. Default settings and password for admin. That's gonna be used for your first time configuration wizard. You need to pick an interface for your management interface. Usually it will be internal interface. Okay, and then you need to put IP for that. Put 1 for now, that's gateway. Okay. So those process is the same as when I did my management server. The Gaia operating system is the same for installation on checkpoint gateway and or on checkpoint management server. But when you do first time configuration wizard, you have the option to change your gateway, to change your Gaia installation to be gateway or to be management server. And then you can choose clustering or you can choose redundancy for your management server. Those all settings can be done using your first time configuration wizard. This is our second checkpoint firewall installation, still ongoing, but the first one is almost done. It's rebooting right now. So let's go into our administrator client server machine. So log into this administrator machine to connect to our new checkpoint firewall 1, and we're gonna use in first time configuration wizard to do basic setup and then install other checkpoint blades on it. So the system is still starting. Let's wait a bit. Okay, server is ready. Let's go back to our administrator client, and we're gonna log in. Untitled 40.18. Okay. Username is admin, password is the one you set it up. Right. Okay, first time configuration wizard. We are installing Gaia on open server platform, and we are continue with our R80.40 configuration. Ethernet 1 is our IP and the gateway, and the interface internet. Gonna using internet 0 manually, and then we're gonna put the IP 2.18.55.0. Next. Gonna checkpoint file 1 DNS. Gonna using Google DNS for now. Don't have proxy server. Time setup is correct. We're gonna install a security gateway, so we choose the first one. We don't need a management server, so just do security gateway. And then also we're gonna set up clustering, so here you need to choose this machine, this gateway, to be part of the cluster implementation. So type is cluster XL by default. You also can use the VRP, but I would say just do the cluster XL. Next, activation key. Right, so we're gonna use this activation key when you using your managed server to activate this gateway. So finish. Yes, this is gonna take a while. Let's go back to check our second checkpoint firewall. It's ready as well. Perfect timing. And that will be our HTTPS 10.94.200.19. That's gonna bring us to the first time configuration wizard. Gonna wait a bit. Okay, connection is back. Gonna log in. Okay, this configuration has been done. Let's reboot the server. That's gateway 1, and I'm working on gateway 2, firewall gateway 2. So yes, let's do internet. Next, and name will be checkpoint 502 DNS. And security gateway, we don't need the management server, it's part of cluster using cluster XL protocol. And the activation key, okay. Okay, then we can go back to our first checkpoint gateway. System is rebooting. Okay, firewall 1 has been rebooted. Let's log in to take a look. Firewall 2 is still installing the gateway. Okay, first thing we need to get the configuration down, up. The second, third interface, we haven't done the configuration yet. Let's get it enabled. This is gonna be our cluster interface. So the IP gonna 1.1.1.1.5.5.5.0. Okay. And we need to set up a route. Static route by default. This route is not going to internet, so we're gonna change it. Delete that. Add gateway IP address 2.1. That's the gateway. Based on our diagram, you can see the router is the gateway to internet. Okay. Save. That's pretty much everything for this guy. And okay, the second one is just finished. We are rebooting that. Okay, second gateway has been rebooted. Let's log in. We need to change the interface. This is our cluster interface. We're gonna using IP 1.1.1.2. And we need to change the default gateway. Now both checkpoint gateways has been installed Gaia and enabled the braid on the security gateway. Now we need to configure in the clustering on those two firewalls. So we're going to log in using our SmartConsole and then adding those two gateways into our SmartConsole. Then we were adding them as a cluster. Okay, let's log into our SmartConsole. Proceed. Okay, now we logged in SmartConsole. We can start to add our gateway. So new cluster. So we're gonna use in wizard mode. Cluster name say P1. Cluster IPv4 address 10.94.200 or let's do 20. Number 1, number 2, we are using cluster XL high availability. Next. Now we need to add the member 1, member 2 in. So new cluster member 1. Activation key. Initialize it. They're gonna verify using the activation key, and the trust has been established. Okay, add it. And they're gonna get in the topology. Now we're gonna do second one. We're gonna do IP will be 10.94.219. Initialize it. So connect into IPv4 10.94.219 and activate using this certification key. Great, getting topology. Okay, that's all. Next. So then they're gonna need to know interface, cluster interface. That's for clustering. This is cluster synchronization interface for 1-to-1-to-1. Next, this will be the internal interface. We're gonna use in IP20 255.255.250. Next, this is gonna be represent external interface. Okay, next. So let all cluster configuration and we finished it, but we still want to edit the cluster properties to confirm that. Okay, so we can see the braids, NetSec firewall braids, IPsec VPN braids, and the cluster XL features. So we have two cluster members. So we are using cluster XL here as a high availability protocol. Network management. So we have Ethernet 2 as our sync interface. 10.94.200 will be our internal interface. External will be 192.168.2.0. Let's see what we can add it here. QoS advanced. We don't need to change anything. So those settings has been configured for the interface grid. So we are done this part. Now we need to create in our first security policies. So let's only clean up rules. Let's add a new one in front of it. Any service needs to put the accept. So let's put the source will be. Let's look at what we have. Network address. We're gonna add a new one. New network. We should have some 10.94.200 network here. Checkpoint 1. Anyway, we're gonna create in a host. We're gonna create in a host for our administrator. (10.94.200.41) IPv4. Okay, let's put the source as our administrator machine, and they can do it anywhere. And of course we want to log it for now, and that's it. Then we can install policy, publish. We didn't choose which policy target yet, but it will come out. So let us choose that. Okay, so here it is. So we have access control threat prevention. We do access control right now, and we do installation. You can see policy installation standard. The policy installation started. 40% has been done. 50%. At this moment, because we don't have policy, we won't be able to pin to our site. After the policy has been pushed to the gateway, our administrator machine 10.94.241 should be able to go to the internet. Maybe not yet. That's the reason why, because we don't have NAT rule. So we need to put the NAT for this network. The policy was installed successfully, but unfortunately the traffic is still not going out yet. That's because of the NAT rule. So we can come back to here. It's NAT rule. So hide internal network behind the gateway external IP address. Okay. Yeah, let's hide in rule. Let's try to install a policy again. At the same time, we can open our logs and the monitors to check our logs. Let's do log view. Policy installation completed. Ping. Yeah, it's working. So we can ping outside now. Previously we won't be able to do that because the NAT rule is there, so then we can ping it. We also can ping other IPs, for example, Google, and we can trace it to it to see the route the packet is taking. It should go to our checkpoint firewall first, 10.24.200.20, which is our internal virtual IP. Then it's going to our gateway to internet, and then it's in the internet. So we are using 10.94.200.41 is pinging to internet. So first it's going to the 10.94.200.20 this IP, and then pass the firewall and go to the router, and from router go to the internet. That's the whole process. It's working very well, and we can see the logs. The traffic policy has been pushed and it is working. That's all for today's video. Thank you for watching.